Thank you, my friend. Hello, everybody. How are you? What a joy it is to be at this conference as I've gotten to interact with everyone involved in it, the speakers, the volunteers, everyone. It's built me up. It's given me so much energy and strength and excitement for what's ahead. And here's the thing that's amazing about this that you might not have thought about. All these speakers that have traveled from all over the world to be here, they're not here to impress you with how great they are. They are here because they believe in you, because they want to affirm something in you. And you're going to hear a lot of different messages and different ways of seeing things and experiencing things, but there is at its core one message that they are trying to convey to you in many different ways. It's the hero with 1,000 faces. And that message is, you can be a hero. You can be a hero. In your life, there are incredible opportunities to do that. And so here's what's special about this place that I wish the people in the live cast watching this from all over the world could experience, is that though in your life there are going to be many times, and there may be times right now where you feel like the world is against you, against your dreams, against your truest identity, against where you're going and what you want to do, in this space right here today, you are sitting in a room of people who are for you, who want good things for you, who believe in you, who want to affirm your heart and tell you you can be a hero. So as a filmmaker, I've gotten this amazing opportunity to travel all over the world and meet some of the most influential, powerful people on the planet and some of the coolest people on the planet too. But my life and the trajectory of the way I saw my career and the way I saw the world changed when I started work on a documentary film called Legends of the Night. Legends of the Night is a film that tells the stories of people who were inspired to become real-life heroes because of their childhood love of Batman. Any Batman fans in the room? Can I hear from you? Yeah. Batman is awesome, and I love Batman. So this movie, which is now on Netflix, you could watch it tonight on Netflix. It's about people who were inspired as kids. They wanted to be a superhero, and so they found ways to be superheroes in their life in unique ways and make a difference in the world. When we finished that film, we realized it was a special movie with a special message about the power all of us have to be superheroes in some way. And so we came up with a very unique idea. I called my distributor, my theatrical distributor, and I said, here's what I want to do with Legends of the Night. I want to make this film available to where anyone in the world can request a screening of Legends of the Night in their local theater with the proceeds going to the charity of their choice. And the phone went silent for about 15 seconds. And he was like, come at me with that again? So I told him again the exact same thing. And he said, well, let me call you back. He called me back in a week and said, look, we can do that, but I just want to make sure you understand two things. If you do this, you're not going to have any marketing budget, no advertising budget, no PR, no effort, because you're giving all the money away to charity. And so we can't really fund you in that process. And number two, if you do it and it fails, you're going to look like an idiot. And I just want to make sure you know that if nobody requests a screening of this film, you're going to look foolish and you're going to have a tough time with digital distribution on Netflix and iTunes and Amazon and all that. But I knew in my heart it was the right thing to do, to give people the opportunity to step up and to do something good in the world. So we put out this invitation to the world. This is me and my family at the world premiere of Legends of the Night. And we put out this invitation and we said, we're inviting you to join us, to do something extraordinary together, to bring this movie and the heroic message of it to your community and in the process, help a charity. We did not know what would happen. We didn't know if anyone would care. But as the days went by, they started to. And these screenings started to happen all over the world. And I started getting these photos in my social media feed. The hashtag was We Are Batman for any screening that was going on anywhere in the world. And these pictures started to come through my feed of people of all ages attending these screenings. Some of them would come in costumes and wear capes and hold up signs. I particularly loved these images of the sold-out theaters and the kids in Batman costumes. These are a couple of my favorite. The one on the very right, this screening happened at a manor in the UK, in the United Kingdom, in England. They rented out a manor and had a Bruce Wayne charity ball, black tie, and they raised $8,000 for a children's hospital in their community that night. The one in the middle was a little boy who had finished leukemia treatment, and they had a screening of Legends of the Night in South Carolina to celebrate the end of his chemotherapy treatment, and they gave the money to the Ronald McDonald House that had helped them through that difficult time in their life. And these kids would show up in costumes. It's an all-ages movie. They'd show up in costumes with their capes and cowls and all of that, and I loved seeing it. This is one of my favorite pictures. In Memphis, Tennessee, they took his wheelchair and dressed it up like the Batmobile, and he came rolling into the theater, and that screening raised money for St. Jude's Hospital there in Memphis, Tennessee. When it was all said and done and the smoke cleared, Legends of the Night had screened in 110 cities around the world, raising $100,000 for charitable organizations, without a single dollar spent on marketing or advertising, without a single full-time staff member managing or marketing this. It happened because people, thousands of them, all over the world came together on a noble mission to do something great for their community and for the world. And I realized something in the process. I realized that the world is full of incredible people, good people. The bad people, or the people who are doing bad things, the people who are a little dysfunctional and unhealthy in their heart and in their behavior, those are the ones that make the headlines. But the truth is, the world is full of amazing people. And it taught me a valuable lesson about what leadership really is. Usually when we talk about leadership, it's the idea of me telling you what to do, me having the power and control and bossing you around and forcing you to do what I say. But that's not the truest definition of leadership. Leadership is about inviting people on a mission to do something extraordinary together. And what I found with Legends of the Night is when you're willing to do that, when you're willing not to force people or to try to manipulate them, instead to say, hey, I've got an idea to do something good that will make a difference, and I'm inviting you to join me. It's amazing the engagement you get from people when you're willing to talk about it that way, and the powerful impact you can make on the world when you do. And it's transformed the way I see that. And here's the reason why that vision of leadership is so important. These two guys who I'd never met before, who I only met through social media, who I've never met face-to-face still, in Salt Lake City, Utah, decided that they wanted to have a screening of Legends of the Night. Robert is on the left and Travis is on the right. They had the opportunity to promote their screening on a live morning show, to talk about it, to invite people to join them. Robert, who was on the left, had never done anything like this before. In fact, most of the people who hosted screenings of Legends of the Night had never held a charity event, had never been part of an event like this, had never really raised money for charity in any way. So it was all new for them. It was out of their comfort zone. Robert sent me a message before they went on TV and said, I am so nervous. I really believe in what we're doing here and the charity we're helping, but I'm so nervous about this. But he did it anyway. And he got on live TV, and here's what happened.
And that's just a little clip from Legends of the Night. A campaign is launched to bring that inspirational movie here to the Salt Lake area. We're joined now by Travis Shaw and Robert Gardner. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
And you want to bring this movie not just to yourself, your friends and family, but to everyone in Salt Lake to be touched by this movie. What's it going to take to bring it here? It's okay. I mean, obviously you felt so inspired by watching this film.
So Robert knows I'm showing you this clip. He completely froze on live television. Completely froze. Sat there the whole rest of the broadcast saying nothing, kind of with his head between his legs. He was just he lost it. And Travis just filled in the rest of it. He sent me a message after this broadcast was live and he said, I'm so sorry. I blew it. I blew it. I wanted to do good. I wanted to make a difference. And I just wasn't enough. I wasn't enough. I wasn't smart enough. I wasn't strong enough. I wasn't talented enough. I'm sorry. I blew it. And I sent him a message back and said, Robert, you did not blow it. You did something that was very difficult for you, and you did it to help someone else. That, my friend, is the short definition of hero. You are a hero. Good job. Yeah. So Robert then posts on his Facebook page with a link to this video. If I can look like a fool on television, you can buy a ticket for this screening. And they packed the house. They packed the house. Not because Robert was so amazing on television. He was not so great on television. But because Robert showed up with his full heart, with everything he had, with his best self, with his best intentions, with his passion to help others. And he invited people to join him on that mission to do something extraordinary. And they did. And they did. And what I learned from that process was that leadership is so important. The process of inviting people on a mission to do something extraordinary is so important because the world is full of potential heroes. Everyone can be a hero. We all have that capacity within us. And once I started to really internalize that, to really understand that, it gave me so much hope. My hope is not based on the things going on out here, because you could look at the news every morning and see something negative going on out here. My hope is based on the things that are going on in here, in me, and in you, in what's possible, in the potential of what can happen. And that hope, that love of hope, has inspired me for my next film. Our next film is called Look to the Sky, and it's going to tell the stories of young people who have demonstrated the superhero spirit in their life. And I might have spent a few days this past week in Detroit filming with a young man who stood on this stage yesterday with a superhero cape on. Yeah. So we wrapped up filming on that. We're going into editing on that now. That movie is going to come out in the spring, and our plan is exactly the same, to make it available to anyone who wants to screen it in a school, in a local theater, and raise money for a charity, or just have a wonderful community event that inspires people. And Legends of the Night is still available for that as well. And so here's the exciting thing. Here's what I've learned in the process that's so important. When you look into your own world, you may think, well, look, I'm never going to make the headlines with what I'm doing. And maybe you will, and maybe you won't. But the truth is that the world changes when every person, every individual looks into the moments in their life and says, here's a space where I can be a hero right now to this person. And when that shift happens in all of us, the world changes. The world changes. Yeah, you can clap for that. That's a great thing. And so for you, today, in the next 5 minutes, look for those opportunities where you can be a hero to someone else, where you can be a leader, change their world, and change the entire world around you. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Thank you.
The Hero Roundtables are the global events that ask the question, what is a hero? You've just seen one hero talk. To find more and join the conversation, visit our website or social media.